G'day and welcome to Aussievision. I'm Kyriakos and today I'm joined by one of our wonderful Aussievision contributors, Emma. G'day.
No.
Today we are talking about Norway and their entry for Eurovision 2023 and how we think it's going to go with the jury and the public. Now, this year we have Alessandra with Queen of the Kings. Now, Alessandra was born in Italy to an Italian father and Norwegian mother, and in 2021 she moved to Norway to focus on her music career. And then this year, she went and won Melody Grand Prix, finishing, I think it was like top with 6 of the 10 international jury voting and topped the public televote. Now, let's see how we think she'll go with the jury and the public. We got members of the Aussievision team to score each entry out of 10 based on their jury appeal and televote appeal. Now, Norway for the public televote appeal got a score of 9. Ranking Alessandra 3rd place in her semi-final and 3rd place joint overall in the televote for the grand final if she were to make it. Now, that's a very strong result for Alessandra, Emma. What do you think of the team's score?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much spot on. I can't foresee this song not qualifying for the grand final, despite the fact that it is opening the show.
Yeah.
But I think, and it is a very strong semi-final, but I don't foresee her, barring a disaster, I think she'll sail through.
Yeah, I see the public appeal in this entry. And then after MGP, I think like she went viral on TikTok, and then her song also like charted on Spotify in several countries. So some people kind of know it ahead of the contest, which is obviously really good for her. I also went and looked at the last 5 contests and went and looked at how Norway did on average in the semi-finals and the televote, and they actually average out to be in the top 5. So that's obviously, if we look at history, that's got to be 100% guaranteed qualification for Alessandra. But when it comes to the grand final, Norway do better in the public vote than they do in the jury, but maybe 3rd placing with the team is actually quite high. So Alessandra would have to absolutely smash out her staging or do something very epic to get a top 5 televote result, because out of the last 5 contests, Norway has hovered just outside the top 10, except for 2019 with Kano when they won the televote. And then last year, when they came 7th with a televote with Subwoofer. So, yeah, what do you think of her chances with the televote in the grand final?
Yeah, look, I think a little bit will depend on where she ends up in the running order.
True.
I think it's possible if she's sort of right near the beginning, she may be forgotten about a little bit. Obviously, we've got some big, heavy-hitting songs that we think are also going to qualify to the grand final, such as Finland, Sweden, Austria. And yeah, I think it will just depend on where she is in the running order. But there, this song, like we've said, has got its fans. It went viral for a reason. And I think, she's one of the best things about her performance is her. She's got a real charisma. She can sing, she can move, so she's going to sell it. And whether or not she does similar staging to what we saw in at MGP in Norway, or elevates that to some extent, which he probably will. I think that the televoters will hopefully be rewarding her for that.
Yeah, you're right about the running order, because luckily for her, she's opening her semi. So surely, if she makes the grand final, they're not going to put her opening the grand final again. So
you would hope not. Yeah,
you would hope not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's looking pretty good for Norway so far. Now let's take a look at how Alessandra did with the juries. Now for the jury appeal from the Aussievision team, we gave Norway a score of 7.44, ranking Norway 7th with the juries. Now that's a little bit lower compared to the public appeal score from the Aussievision team. Emma, what do you think?
Look, I think that's probably about right. I think she will be getting points from some of the juries. Like I've mentioned, she can sing. And if she hits her performance, one of the things that I love about this song is that the whistle note, that she does, which, straight away makes you stand to attention. And I think if she hits that, that's definitely going to bring her some love from the jury. Yeah, and what I like about it is that she gets to show off her range quite a bit too. Like it's a big booming song, and she can do it. She's filling the arena with her voice. So provided that her vocals are on, um, I can see this, being rewarded. I don't necessarily think it's the most complex of lyrics or anything like that, but I wouldn't call it basic either. So I
Yeah.
think it should be getting love from, at least some of the juries, and particularly maybe some of the neighboring countries might throw some points her way as well.
Yeah, when we look back at how Norway does with the juries in the grand final, I had a little look, and actually the juries are quite harsh with Norway,
That's
usually.
true.
Yeah, so like last year the juries put Subwoofer 17th place compared to 7th with the
Mm.
televote, but that's kind of understandable with the type of song that they
Yeah,
had.
true.
But then in
Mm.
2019, when Kano won the televote, they actually came, I think it was like 18th place with a jury,
Yes.
which is like quite harsh. Um,
Yes, I
so that's
remember
the
being very
only,
surprised by
yeah.
that.
So that's the only
Yeah.
reason why I'd be worried. But you're right. Like this song has, it's all about Alessandra and her vocals, and she really like should have to smash them out on the night. But we also know she's very capable of it. So yeah, I totally agree with you
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah, that's right.
So Emma, now thinking about the overall finish for Norway in the grand final, if Alessandra was obviously to make it, how do you think she will finish up for Norway?
I think definite top 10.
Mm,
I'm sort of thinking I see her finishes somewhere between sort of third to seventh, I'm gonna say, which
yeah.
might sound a bit broad, but yeah, I don't think she's gonna win. Um, but yeah, and of course, obviously, it depends on how she hits her performance on the night. But I think she's sort of in that second tier down of the songs that aren't going to win, but are just in the second. They could they're just a little notch down. But yeah, I think she's definitely. I'm going to say top five. I'll go out on a limb and say top five for her.
Yeah, she definitely has two other neighboring countries that are kind of like stopping her from maybe getting that win.
True. Yes.
Quite likely. But yeah, I agree with you. I think, yeah, an easy top 10, well, actually, certain top 10, maybe top five. So yeah, I'll probably agree with you there, maybe like third to seventh, somewhere there. But that would give Norway another top 10. So that would be great to see
Mm,
because I think Subwoofer finished 10th last year, I'm pretty sure.
they did. Yes.
So
Yes.
that would be a pretty good success for Norway to keep going.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, thank you very much, Emma, for the chat about Norway. Let us know in the comments where you think Alessandra will end up. Thank you for joining us and see you.
Bye.